Hello, everybody. So we are going to be talking about something I've talked about before, which is the Boss. Trying to see if I can get a good picture on here. Boss DR Rhythm, Dr. Rhythm DR-3. So I've done many videos on this thing, and I guess the last one I did, a lot of people want to know more about this little thing. And the last video I did, I guess the sound was a little too loud, and people were complaining. That was back in 2000 or 2020. I mean, sorry. And I could not find the original files that I used to make that video. So I decided, okay, I'm just going to redo everything and start from scratch. So this is going to be a three-parter. So first part is we're just going to talk about this machine a little bit, setup, like what I've done to set it up, and just a little bit of history about it. I've actually went and I've looked up history on this because I was kind of curious, like how old are these things and that. And also what else was there? And yeah, so then I'm going to do that. So that's going to be first is just so this video is just going to be history, how I've set it up. No programming or anything yet. The next one is going to be about styles, creating styles, and then the last one is going to be using those styles to create a song. Now, what am I using this for? I am tired of being in bands that are falling apart. So I have, and I want to go out and perform. So this is now my band. This is going to be my band. So this is my drummer and my bass player. So it's just easier this way for me. This way I can go to do an open mic. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll get a chance to perform somewhere else and I get paid for it. Who knows? But this is going to be my backup. And I've got a harmonizer as well, the Digitech harmonizer that I bought. So full disclosure, this was my friend Dean's. It has been in this studio for 4 years, and just last month I said to him, "Hey, do you want to sell your drum machine?" And he said yes. So this is now mine. It was his for 4 years, and I think he's leaving stuff here just because he knows that at some point I will probably just buy it from him. That way he doesn't have to try to sell it. He just waits. I don't know. I think it's kind of funny, really. So let's talk about a little bit about this. So from what I've gathered, so this is not verbatim. This is what I've gathered. This was introduced in 2003. It was available until 2014. It's actually, I was on the Roland site. They have brochures, and they show it in the brochure for 2014. It looks like it was replaced by the ARA TR-8 because that was introduced in 2014. This is the only drum machine that has the TSC, which is the total sound control system on it. It's kind of funny. So this is the DR-3. 2014 they released the DR-808. So it's like it's a bigger version of this a little bit. Yeah, so it has 100 presets on it. So 100 preset styles. I'm used to calling them patterns, but they're listed as styles because they're different types of music. And there's 100 programmable styles, which is what I'm going to end up using because I want to actually use it to play my songs. I thought about maybe looking at the styles that are there, but I thought, no, you know what? I'm just going to program my own. It'll be easier. No, okay. It'll be easier. Put that in quotes. And then it has 100 programmable song storage. So that means I can have 100 songs programmed on here to play. And it can be either done, you can either have a power adapter. This is a Boss PSA I think it's a 120T. I've owned that for a long time. And it also, I put them already in here because I want to try it. Can run on 6 AA batteries. And so let's turn this MOFO on. All right, so as I said, we're going to deal with more of the setup today. So I'm using batteries today because I didn't want to hook up the power to it. As soon as you turn it on, you're in the programmable area, so rock jams, and then if you use the value wheel, and once you go past 100, or so P100 reggae, you're into your 100 creatable, configurable, programmable, whatever you want to call it, sounds. So Roses was one song that I actually did use this for to record the full song. But as you can see, I have other ones coming in here. I think I'm up to 5 now. So that's what I'm doing with it. Yeah, so that's first off the boat. So let's look at the ports for a second here. So flip it up. We have, well, let me just pull this back a bit so you can read it better. So it comes with a Kensington lock key. I've never used one before. I'm considering getting one. You got your DC in, your power, so on off, volume, left and right RCAs. This is kind of neat here. So you have the left side. Let me flip it over so you can see it better. The left side, there we go. The left side is for headphones. The right side is for mono. Generally, left side is mono, and then they have a headphone button. On here, this is how they did it. Then you have a foot switch. Foot switch is actually 2 foot switches. You need either a splitter or you need a dual foot switch and a TRS. Excuse me. And a MIDI in. No out, just in. So there's no throughput on this. So that's the back. So at some point I'm going to look at MIDI too. I don't generally use MIDI, but I think it's something I need to look into. I might try it with my laptop and see how it goes. So we've talked about the ports here. So yeah, so you have 2 foot switches. Oh, man, I think I'm getting a cold. The 1 foot switches for start and stop, and the other one I have to look up, but I think it's for switching which pattern you are following on the bottom. So let's go into security settings. So this is how I've configured it. When you got it out of the box, it's pretty much, if you factory reset it, which we will talk about as well, it's pretty much it's pretty much, well, the user side is all blank, and it's pretty much what's the word I'm looking for here? It's set to be as sensitive as possible, not as sensitive as possible, but it's like, yeah, never mind. Let's just go on. So we go to edit, and then you go down and you enter. Oops, nope. You go edit. Let's go back out. So let's exit. So we use our value button to go. Nope. We use cursors. So we go down to system. So edit system. So I hit edit. Then I use the cursor left button or right button to go to system. Then I hit enter. Output all. So the output is this is how you want to use it. So if you want everything, such as you want bass and drums, you leave it on all. If you want just drums, you set it to drum. If you want just bass, you set it to bass. So I want it on all because I'm using it as my own backup band. Now, if you are using the programmable patterns and you don't want to work out what kind of bass line that they invented for those patterns, then you can go and you can say, I just want drums. I don't want anything else. So now I'm pretty sure that because this has drums and percussion and bass, I'm assuming that when you say just drums, it's drums and percussion, and same with when you say just bass, it's just the bass, because there's 3 different settings for bass, which we'll get into talking about at another time. So now we'll go to the next item. Auto type, I am not sure what that does. So yeah, so the you can set your foot switches. So the foot switch 1 is start stop. You can change it to style forward. So then I guess it would move forward on the board. Style backwards. So you can have one set to forward, one set to go backwards. You can set it just to go to the intro. You can set them to go to different fills and that, and the ending and a drum kick. That's kind of interesting. Oh, you can set it so you can just set it to whatever you want. Interesting. I want it to be, wow, there's a lot on here. I don't want to go through all those. So I just want it to be start stop. So let's see, start stop. All right, so let's go back up. Okay, I gotta go back in the system again. So output, drum. Oh no, output I want all. Auto type, FS2, so that's the same thing. And on there you see it says verse loop, so that means I'll just go to the verse and then loop it. Pad sensitivity. So pad sense is the sensitivity. Now I have it set to fixed. You can change this to go from 1 to 10 or fixed. If you want it where you're tapping and the harder you hit, it'll get louder or whatever, then do that. I hate that, because when I tap quiet, because I don't want to break my finger to get the sound I want, so I tap quietly. I just go tap tap tap. So I don't need it to be that hard, and I don't really care about dynamics in this case. I just want it to do what I want it to do. So I have it on fixed. Master tone. So 440 is an A, and you can drop it to 438, or you can bring it to 445 depending on your taste. So if you want to bring it down a bit to make it easier for you to sing, or even bring it up a bit to make it easier for you to sing, you have that ability. So that means that changes the tuning for your bass on the system. And then you'll have to change your tuner as well, so that you're following the same thing. Click level, that's when if you're doing a real-time entering, that's how loud the click level is. I don't use real-time. I do everything by step, sync. So I don't know, I haven't tried that one. MIDI channel, that's just your MIDI channel for your drums. That's your MIDI channel for your bass. And then you can factory reset everything, which I don't want to do, because I will lose all my work that I've done so far. So that's how I have my little guy here set up. Let's see, is there anything else I want to talk about here before we continue on? Let's see, we talked about that. Pad sensitivity, bass pitch. Yeah, that is about it. So that's today's video. And next video for this is going to be, we're going to start talking about setting up styles. And so one thing I would like to add before I end this video is you don't need to know musical theory to use this thing, but honestly it does help. And I'm going to, once we get deeper into using it and that, you're going to see why. And I'm going to show you tools that I use to help me, because I'm getting better at musical theory and reading, but I'm not great, but I'm getting better at it, and I'm getting used to how to work out timing. A lot of it is just timing. So I'm getting better at working out timing for my songs, so that I can transfer them onto this little thing. So once again, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye.